Absolutely.
Well, welcome everybody back to the Old Bull and Young Calf Boston Sports Podcast. And I can tell you, my night got a lot better after that Drake May showing, and I think the Old Bull is probably in the same boat. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, I mean, the bookends of his series were great. The starting one, the one he closed out in the 2 minute huddle, 2 minute no huddle. The the middle ones were not great, and it was not his fault because as amazing as some of his throws were, the other thing we were looking for and hoping for with this revamped offensive line would dominate a bunch of backups on one of the worst defenses in the league last year, and that did not happen. They almost got May killed several times again. They basically got Brissett killed, but
Oh yeah,
man, the way May looked though, I mean, again, another major victory for the New England Patriots tonight, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, no, I absolutely loved it, and the zip he had in his ball, the
Oh,
ability to I know it's bad that our offensive line is giving up a lot of pressure, but his pocket presence is very uh, I don't want to say
it's
it,
pretty
but
good.
it's Brady esque. It's not. I'm not saying that he is
Yeah, be
Brady, but
careful.
it's not something we've seen in the quarterbacks we've had in New England since Brady. It's the closest thing to Brady, even though of course it's still very far away. But Cam Newton, Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, those guys, it felt like didn't really have a good idea of how to still stay in the pocket and make a throw. It was either make a throw in the clean pocket or break out, run, or get sacked, right? So May is helping his lineman out a lot, which I appreciate. And when he is helping his lineman out and he may be a bit off balance or his feet might not be right, he can still get that ball out to the sidelines with a lot of speed, with no issues. So, Sue, I was very happy with how all that went. And we got to see some of our young wide receivers. There was a bit of an overthrow to Baker, I think, at one point. Would have liked to see, May throw that one a little
Mhm.
bit better. But
Me too.
there were a couple wide open wide receivers, Dad. Did you notice that? I didn't know that could happen in a Patriots jersey.
The impossible happened.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to be down on it or poo-poo it, but
It
it is
sounds like you're
against
about to
backups.
poo-poo it.
But it did
Yeah,
poo-poo
you
it.
did
I'm
poo-poo it.
sorry,
Yeah.
I did. But it was against the backups. But hey, you can only play what they put out there against you. So, and it was so encouraging. Yeah, Polk did a great job tonight. It was good to see Pop Douglas out there connecting with me too. And, you know, but God, I tell you, the offensive line and the procedure penalties, what a shame. May had another great throw off a scramble, would have been another touchdown, and
48
threw it
yards
like a crossbody, hard, difficult throw, put exactly where he needed to.
on the run.
And here we go, offensive line for the 14th time tonight, motion, illegal procedure. Basically, just lining up in the wrong place.
That
Like
was
it's
actually
just
the third
unforgivable,
time. 3 times for
unforgivable.
Okafor, 3 times in 4 series. I don't shame on the coaching staff, shame on Okafor. How embarrassing is that for that to happen 3 times? And you know what? That means it happened 4 times, like, because they said, or actually 5 times if you count the fact that they warned the players
They
midweek. They
do
said they said, "Hey, just a heads up, this is gonna happen midweek." And then during the game, I guess according to the announcers, they give you 1 warning, and then
on the
he
field.
got called for 3 times. So it would have been the highlight of the preseason. It's everything that we wanted. A wide receiver getting open, a quarterback evading the rush, making a throw on a run. I mean, that was everything everybody was excited about Caleb Williams for.
Yeah, and Matt and I watched a little bit of the first half together, and it was just great to see the arm strength. That touchdown throw to Harris, it's just a little throw to the sideline, nothing spectacular, but you need elite arm strength to get that throw there. Otherwise, it's going in the other direction if that's Mac Jones. We both talked about that. And again, it's not a pretty bomb down the field, it's a throw to the sideline. But because he has just immense arm talent, it got there plenty of time to beat the cornerback who tried to knock it down right where it's supposed to be. Karen Harris, nice catch, spin, got his feet after tripping up a little bit, and made a great play into the end zone. So, there's some good stuff here tonight. And, But unfortunately, folks, the bad news is the revamped offensive line. I had my, little bit of speck of hope for. No bueno. No good.
Listen,
Not
a lot of that came from the
It's
center
gonna be a
position.
terrible year. Yeah.
O-
No, some of it did, but So
Okafor,
was so bad tonight. Sidney So was just epically bad. And then my rookie phenom right guard, he had some mistakes as well. He wasn't great after, two great first preseason games and some great reporting about how he's played in practice. Oh, and it was fine, right? Didn't notice any pressure coming off that end. Chuck's terrible at left tackle, just mental
horrible.
mistakes and let a few guys in, and then the center. I can't believe that guy used to be the starting center for Tom Brady in Tampa. I would have thought. I mean, if he played like this, Tom would have had him cut like by the end of the practice, certainly by the end of the game. Just constantly getting pushed back. Threw a ground ball snap to May. The first snap of the game to May,
Yeah.
just on the
Yep.
ground. There was another fumble off a simple, snap. It's probably going to get blamed on May,
Yeah.
but I don't know. After seeing these other
Is that a
mistakes, I can't
timing
trust
issue?
that was
Yeah.
May's fault. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't.
but
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad news. Our line is horrendous. I would be shocked if we don't
mhm,
have the worst offensive line in the NFL right now. Um, there's not much you could do about it at this point. We're super far in. I know there was been talk of like signing one of those older tackles, older guards. I don't even know how many of those are left, but that's on Robert Kraft, right?
yeah,
Luckily they made the one simple, easy decision this offseason and they drafted Drake May at number 3,
yeah.
right? And that looks like so far not a disaster. Okay. If Drake May can survive this season and whether he gets playing time in it or not, but just gets better, then I hope the purse strings will be opened and we can get some of these guards and tackles that are coming out in free agency next year and or at the bottom of the draft. My dad and I talked about this. I'm sure we're going to touch on it throughout the year. There's two Joe Alt kind of tackles that we saw in this last draft in this draft. So very big guys play for big schools, Texas, and I forget what the other one is. So no games
Yeah.
and get us and get Drake May a number one wide receiver. And we were in business. I mean, our defense
Oh yeah.
looked fine. Um, there's no reason we can't be a wild card to division, push team, especially with Tua and Josh Allen getting those big contracts with Drake May at a quarterback. I mean, I know it's very reactionary. We've only seen really one full game, maybe three quarters of him, but a lot of the things you can't teach are right there. So the hope is that guys like who do we bring in? Who was we brought in? Of course, Alex Van Pelt, but there's another guy. Was it Dable? Who's the other like quarterback
Yeah.
guru that we brought in? Gotta hope those
He
guys keep
supposedly had
working
a
with him.
big. Yeah. No, it's not Dable. He's supposed to have it. Supposedly, he had a hand in grooming Patrick Mahomes.
Yes,
So I forget the name of the guy, but anyway, yeah. It's just, folks. I'm sorry. It's going to be a really rough year.
Ben
This
McAdoo.
offensive line, yeah. Again, doesn't matter if you bring in prime Brady, Gronk, Moss. This offensive, nothing happens unless the offensive line can block. Nothing. And this offensive line, it's a crazy Benny the Hill adventure every time. Like the like the clown music every snap. It's like, who missed their guy this time? Oh, two guys missed this time. Oh, look at, they missed the double team. Oh, the quarterback's dead. He's on the ground and he's got no heartbeat. It's not going to be good, folks. You can't do anything without blocking up front. And this offensive line, it's not just probably the worst in the league. It might be historically bad when all is said and done. We'll have to see. They
Yeah,
basically have two guys I have confidence in, Andrews and Okafor. Unfortunately, that's only
Owenu.
40% of an offensive line. I mean, Oweno, sorry. And so, you know, it's going to be a long year. Buckle up. I almost wish Brissett played an extra series or two because, again, he wasn't great. And like, So he got crushed, possibly injured. Imagine if he went out for another series and just was terrible again, maybe even threw an interception after the half, the rest of the half that May had. It's like, man, we're gonna start this guy. This guy's gonna
Yeah.
be our starting. Again, he's playing against backups on the most awful defense that we had in the league last year. Washington, I think you told me, was last in the
Yeah.
league. This is their backups, folks. And Brissett still could not get really get anything going against them. And
Nope.
a lot of that is the offensive line. Again, they almost got
Osborne
him
did
killed,
drop a
but
good Osborne did drop a good pass. That's true also.
yep,
But
that is true. So give him some credit there. That was a good pass. But yeah, folks, we're just gonna have to give you our list of things to look forward to and look in things to root for on our big, pregame of the regular season. It's not a lost season. It's still football. It's still fun. You want to be witness to hopefully the start of our next great core of players. So
yeah.
that's
Yep.
what we
And
got going
listen,
for us, folks.
it sounds like the old bull is just, shaking out all his negativity right now because that next episode is going to be filled with positivity, I'm sure,
It
because
is.
there are some bright spots. And listen, if you're looking for winning, if you're looking for championships, you got one team who delivered not even a few months ago, and will probably deliver again. I think they're the favorites to deliver again. You got another team who added a lot of free agents and should make a deep push, right? This Patriots,
Mhm.
this is a team very similar to the Red Sox where we kind of have to get excited about the young talent. The only issue is you got to hope that we're not in the same slope of spending as the Red Sox, even though it looks like that's where we're going. One thing I will say is the fact that we're a seven. It looks like we are the fourth most valuable NFL franchise at 7.31 billion. I don't know how Kraft isn't going out and finding the best offensive line, coaching staff, something. There's just
Yeah.
no way we should be this profoundly inept. And it's not just talent. It's it's coaching. Lining up in the right spot for have Okafor get called on that many times. I know I already hashed on this a little bit. These are all things that are completely preventable. And I don't know if this happens under Belichick. And these are the conversations people got to start having with Mayo, right? We can't give Mayo too long of a leash. The fact that, we were hearing throughout training camp, oh, music's been played, a lot more dancing at practice, a lot more this at practice. It's a lot more chill. Well, when you get called for 3 illegal formations and 4 drives on the same player, maybe you start looking at that music that's getting played, that lack of activity at practice. My dad alluded to some conversations he had with Greg Bedard, and you say the coach is not tightening this up, not having them be game ready. Get your helmet
Yeah.
in line with the center, you idiot! Like,
You-
I,
You're so
it's
right,
a lot
man.
of
And
questions,
I'm
a
sorry,
lot of questions.
Dante Scarnecchia is not walking through that door.
No,
He's just
he's
not
not.
to fix
But
everything.
there's not another one out
And
there. Come on,
I
come on.
know, I really know, I know. But like you said, you have to start questioning the spending. You know, Mayo, you, I mean, Vrabel was there. Johnson was there, the hot offensive coordinator.
Ben Johnson. Yep.
The Harbaugh was available, showed he can run a winning franchise with San Fran. He didn't want to pay the $10 million penalty
Oh
for
my god.
Mayo because of a previous contract. Like you said, Matt, you're the fourth highest valued franchise in NFL. Spend some damn money. Get some damn assistants in here. They should have blown away the top offensive coordinator. Whoever the new hot guy was going to be, blow him away. Get him in here.
Yep. Doesn't
To,
affect the
I,
cap. Doesn't affect the
it
cap.
doesn't
Just
affect
spend the
the
money.
cap. It's just strictly money. So, you know, what are you going to do, Matt? We're stuck in
Yeah.
this position. Hopefully, the young building blocks show enough where, like you said, Kraft opens up his wallet next year. And, but let's have some fun this year. Like you said, next episode, Matt, it's going to be Legoland. Everything's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. Everything's cool when you're part of the team. We're going to have our
Yeah.
positives and go into the season on a great note. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we get an upset on the road against the Bengals.
Yeah. No, I'm totally on board with it. I'm excited for it. And yeah, I mean, the Celtics did it. And I won't go too much more, but the Celtics did it. I think last year they loaded up not on just players, but on assistants. There was Sam
Yeah,
Cassell, Van Gundy jumped in there. There was a lot of guys coming in, and it was kind of a brain trust. I would love for the Celtics to talk to the Patriots and say, listen, this is what you got to do.
Mhm.
Just pay those assistants, make them coaches
Yeah.
level paid, but it is what it is. Drake May had a great night. I'm happy about that. We will
Yes.
talk about Drake May. We'll talk about some of these rookies, and we will have another conversation sometime between now and the next game in a couple weeks. So thanks for everybody who tuned in. I hope you have a good night.